All right, here we are. Here we go again. Another quick Rockets recap from your boy Chris Harris. Please like and subscribe if you like the content. Appreciate the love I've gotten so far, and I hope to keep the movement moving. Anyway, Rockets win 119 to 115 versus the evil, vile Los Angeles Lakers. How do we do it? Well, let's go into the box score. Amen Thompson, huge monster game, especially on the glass. 16 rebounds, 23 points. Dylan Brooks, 33 minutes, 5 points. Alperen Sengun, 31 minutes, 14 points, excuse me. Fred VanVleet, 42 minutes, 15 points. Jalen Green, 33 minutes, 33 points. Excellent, excellent. But we'll get into it in a second. Cam Whitmore, 16 minutes, 8 points. Jay Sean Tate, 15 minutes, 6 points. Steven Adams, 17 minutes, 8 points. Aaron Holiday, 12 minutes, 7 points. Good game, all the way around. Good competitive game. Houston jumped out to a big lead. The Lakers had a great third quarter, followed all the way back. I think we got within 4, or if I'm not mistaken, going into they had pretty much all the momentum going into the fourth. We kind of rallied back, got it to about 10-ish, and kind of it was going back and forth about that until the close. Lakers made another push. We had we closed it out essentially. Fred made a huge play, undercutting LeBron James for an entry pass. Got fouled, hit one of the 2 free throws. They sent Sengun on the line earlier. He hit one out of 2 to make it a 3-point game. Fred hit 1 out of 2 to make it a 4-point game. And then what's the name? And then LeBron pushed off Aaron Holiday prior to the entry pass. They called an offensive foul on that. We got the ball. That was essentially game. Wanted to touch on a couple plays, primarily Amen and Jalen. Amen again. Amen had an amazing game. 16 rebounds. Played with a ton of energy, especially coming out. First play of the game was a Sengun alley to Amen. Beautiful, beautiful play. He played hard. I still have doubts that he'll ever be a starting point guard in the league. But I really don't know what to classify him because he just kind of does his own. He kind of does his own thing, and it's like really kind of defies position, kind of positionless basketball du jour. But anyway, he played really well. He almost most if not all his points came at or near the basket. He attacked well. His little corner 3 wasn't really there tonight, but I love the fact that he continued to put pressure on the defense. We couldn't get much in the half court. Sengun was off tonight. Probably one of the worst games I've seen him play. When the team can play him one-on-one, and effectively kind of neutralizes him, and it really slows down our half court offense. We wouldn't have had much if it wasn't for the man of the hour, your boy Jalen Green. Excellent game from him. He was decisive. Didn't do all that 9,000 dribbles into a fadeaway 3-pointer thing. You could tell the difference between his shot when he's set versus when he's drifting and moving. I was in front of my kids and I was like, "That's a bad shot. That's a good shot. That's a bad shot. That's a good shot." Because you could tell when he takes a moment to gather before shooting versus kind of letting his momentum carry him. Honestly, his speed is probably his greatest asset and his worst enemy a lot of times because if he doesn't get his feet under him, and get kind of stable on the shot, it's anybody's guess on if it's going to go in. It's not always off, but it's not nearly as consistent as his when he has a good solid base up under him and he gets his shot up. Even though his form lends itself to a lot of movement and a lot of variation, he could be a pretty decent, consistent shooter if he gets his base solid. But anyway, it was a very, very good game from him. He played defense. He played offense. He ran in transition. He came off screens, hit, I think, one of the biggest shots of the game was a 3-pointer with the shot clock running down. Forget if it was in the third or the fourth, but we were losing momentum. Lakers were making another charge, and he came in and just beautiful 3. I always talk about my boy Sengun, not his best game. He still put up 14, 6 of 14 from the field. So not super inefficient, but not super efficient. A little bit worse than 50%. And that's not good for a center. Jacked up a couple threes, missed them both. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Got to get better there, big fella. Minus 14, also not very good. And again, this is one of the very few matchups he was minus 14. And this is one of the very few matchups that he struggles with because of the length and the skill and the strength of the opposing big. He had plenty of shots that were just bunnies that he just missed. He was trying to force it in instead of just letting his touch guide it in. He could have had a much better game. Like he hit one big free throw, so I won't complain too much. But it definitely left a lot on the floor, and in the playoffs he won't be able to get away with that. So gotta I always give him praise when he does poorly. Gotta give him gotta say something when he doesn't play well. He didn't play too hot tonight. Cam Whitmore gave us some good minutes. I thought hit a couple big bailout threes. Didn't get a whole lot going through the hole. Like the Lakers, as a general thing, they really are good at near the rim and paint defense. They pack the paint effectively. Not one of those games where Cam was going to get a whole lot going to the rim unless he got in transition. And Amen was sucking up all the transition points, so it wasn't that kind of game for Cam. But I think he did a good job. Essentially he did what he needed to do. Jason Tate, a good game for him. Clutch three. I think he had a 3 to end the half, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all let me know. But he did a good game for him. He almost essentially fouled out. I think he hit 5 fouls. He got when you play Jason Tate, you're gonna get a lot of fouls, a lot of hustle plays. And he did that. He's actually hit a couple threes tonight. Yeah, 2 or 3. So he did well on that end. Typical Jason Tate game. Not a ton of points, but the shots that he did hit were pretty big from a momentum standpoint. And he plays I don't know if he plays great defense, but he plays hard defense. So we'll take it. Steven Adams had a monster game on the glass. 9 rebounds in only 17 minutes. Really, and that really stifled the Lakers because they were thriving off second chance points. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they had a total of 39 rebounds, and we had a total of 49 rebounds. So those nine rebounds from Steven Adams loomed huge, and kind of keeping us within our typical game plan of kind of beating the other teams out the head with in rebounds and getting second chance points. We would have definitely, Jabari would have been helpful this game, I believe, especially given Şengün another outlet valve in half court. Again, no use crying over spilled milk, but he would have been helpful. Aaron Holiday, solid game. He won the 3 from the 3-point line. Excuse me. The plus 10, 7 points. Gave you a little bit. We didn't. Of course, we don't ask Aaron to do a whole lot. There were a lot of dual point guard minutes where you saw Fred and what's the name, Fred and Aaron on the court at the same time, and they weren't bad minutes. They still D'd up. They played hard on D. The Lakers weren't able to super capitalize on the team being small. We got some decent looks at 3-pointers. Our offense stalled out more than our defense. I think it was a pretty good look to kind of keep the scoreboard moving. Big picture thought, I always try to leave y'all with something big. Like from on the big picture side going forward with the team, and I'm starting to like Point Jalen. I didn't know if I would. I've been an advocate of putting him on ball for a long time, simply because he's just not really good on ball. And I didn't, it wasn't because I just, had the foresight and seeing that he would be, he's not really a great, distributor. He doesn't create a whole lot of shots for others. But that additional gravity, I think, against the other defense, like having 2 points of attack instead of 1, having Jalen with the ball in his hands where you have to cover. You also have to give so much attention to Operation Goon. I think that helps a lot. I think that helps the offense a lot. I think that when when you when you have Fred and you're able to really he's not explosive, so you don't really have to put a lot of attention on him. And Jalen's not really good off ball, so I think that kind of helps the defense get set and get ready to load up on Şengün without there being much. There's not really any bad downside to that. But if you have Jalen on ball, Jalen can attack. And while again, I'm very critical of his like side to side, his east west type of movement, and his ability to kind of slow down. If he can get you on a straight line drive, he's gonna either get a layup or he's gonna get fouled. Now whether he gets the call is either here or there, but he'll get fouled. So Fred can't always generate that, and I think that's helping get Jalen going, and which is fine with me as long as it's leading the team. It's a good winning team basketball. Sometimes Jalen is an empty stats kind of player, but I think tonight, especially like his gravity, his plan, his aggressiveness led to a lot of led to winning basketball. Quite frankly, I think putting with he and Amen on the court at the same time. Again, you have a lot. There's somebody there to clean up the mess, and it kind of adds some structure to the chaos, if you will, and that helps Jalen, I think, and it helps our entire the offense as a whole. Kind of again maximize just kind of the more less cerebral, more chaotic leanings of the game when Jalen is on the what's kind of our point of attack, our lead dog, if you will, the tip of the spear. In this game against Şengün didn't have it going for a couple of reasons that I outlined earlier. So we needed another spark, and those two, Jalen, kind of especially, I mean, kind of secondarily, kind of gave it to us, and I appreciated that. What else do I have for you? Dylan played really, really good defense. Wasn't his best offensive game, obviously, but he played excellent defense on what's his name on AD. He gave us tons of a lot of good minutes, a lot of good effort. There's not much you can ask. There's not much more you can ask for him. He didn't do, like I say, he didn't have much of a offensive game to speak of, but. He had such a difficult defensive pull this time because he bounced between LeBron and AD that hey, it's all good in my eyes. I think that's really it. Those are my thoughts. Put them on wax. Hope you enjoyed them. As always, feel free to subscribe to your people. If you have any thoughts, if you want to jump in and do. Kind of go back and forth with me on Rockets related, thoughts or ideas or, takes, whatever it is, just holler at your boy. Anyway, Rockets recap, episode 3. I'm out of here. Peace.